Hello, children. Welcome back to the assignment of the century for history. Right, this is the best assignment you will do ever for history. Remember, this is specifically designed by myself uh, to train you to remember all the events and all the important points that are related to history. Right. So this is how we do it. You need to have an empty wall, like I said before, an empty space like 7-8 feet wide wall, and height is no problem. So you need to have empty space like 1 or 2 feet of height is enough, right? Okay. If you have other stuff to attach like science related, diagrams and things like that, you can use that space. But remember, this is only for history, and this is how we do it. You need to take A4 sheets and divide the A4 sheet into two parts, right? That is 40% on the top and 60% on the bottom, right? And draw a line like this. Now this line is called a timeline. What we are going to do is we are going to record all the important historical events that took place in your syllabus from the past up to the latest. All right, so this is the purpose of this timeline. So as you all know, a timeline starts from the left, and the past, that is called the past, then you come towards right, that then you come on to the present, right? So one, you can use different colors. Like I said, in mind maps you can use different colors, attractive ones. Make it so attractive that whenever you pass by you can see it, and you are like forced to read it, right? So you love to read it, right? So this is how you make things attractive. As we all know, there's a unique way of our brains like to remember things. They are through pictures, right? So not through texts. Like a computer can remember text as well as pictures, right? So the brain also can remember both, but the brain loves remembering pictures, right? So if you can remember your book or the text you read as pictures, that means there's a big chance that you can remember or you can retrieve those information during an exam quickly. We are talking about quickly, right? Because the time in an exam is so limited, right? And the purpose of creating a timeline is to arrange your memory in the order, right? So when it comes to Sri Lankan history, you need to have this timeline, and foreign history you need to have another timeline. Remember very well, two timelines, okay? And you know uh, when it comes to history, arranging your memory, that means from the past to the present. Now this will help you organize your memory in such a way that you can retrieve you know what happened and when it happened, and you will remember the timeline you have pasted on your wall, right? So this is a wall assignment, and this should take you around 3 months to complete it fully, isn't it? 3 months, isn't it too much? Okay, maybe you can complete it in 1 month. It's depending on your ability, okay, depending on your focus and depending on your commitment. All right, so if you are really committed, you can do it in 1 month. If you are lazy and if you want to focus on other subjects, no problem, it will take you around 3 months. It shouldn't take you more than 3 months. If it takes more than 3 months, means you are not really interested in this, right? So like I said, those who can do this properly uh, can get a C pass minimum, right? So maximum A pass, obviously you can get one A pass, but if you don't really study history much, by doing this you can get a C pass. I guarantee you that, right? Okay, I'm gonna shave my head if you don't get a C pass after doing this and after remembering everything. How about that? All right, so this is how we do it. So like I said, 40% on the top and 60% on the bottom, and draw the timeline, highlight it. You can use colors like red or a thick platinum can be used, or a marker pen. You use anything you like, okay, and draw this timeline, right? And then we're going to mark on the top, we're going to mark specific stuff like events, years, people and places over here, right? So for example, if I say then uh, 4th century, right, over here. So 4th century, during 4th century BC, King Vijay came to Sri Lanka, for example. So what you are going to write here is the event Vijay came to Sri Lanka, right? And the year that is involved, oh, obviously the year is over here, you're going to mark it big and bold here, right? And the people involved, came and the places that are involved. Where did he land? Where did he embark from? And things like that. That is just an example, right, on how to record the details here. So over here you can you need to take space, and you can't mix up everything like you load coconuts in a lorry. It's not like that. Okay, not like in a private bus, how they load passengers in a private bus. So not like that. You need to give space, you need to write it freely. Okay, if there's no space, edit the mind map, sorry, the timeline, and take it further, the next event, right? And so there is space here. So you can highlight them in like boxes like this, or you can put them in circles, or you can use irregular shapes. You are free to do whatever you like and whatever you feel attractive, right? Whenever you see it, you must be able to read it, or something from inside must force you to go and read it, what is there, right? So that must be so interesting, so that whenever you pass through that place in your room or in your hall or wherever, you are forced to read it, right? That is the key. Okay. And I think pretty much that is very clear, because when it comes to historical events, people are important, the event itself is important, and the year or the century that it took place, the time, okay, obviously the period is important, and also the people who are involved is important, right? Places, people, events, and years, those are very important, right? So the important ones are going on the top, so that will really help you in answering MCQs, right? So the bottom part I have reserved for you to be able to answer essay questions. That is, you're going to write more content or more details about that particular event or whatever that took place, right? So more reason, you can write reasons, right? And you can write results, and you can write changes that took place, and you can write special words and information related to that topic, right? So this is how we do it. I will take an example. 1818, as you all know, 1818 there was a rebellion, or we call it a struggle for freedom, after the British captured Sri Lanka in 1815. So 1818 people started feeling that we've lost a king, and they are not treating Buddhism properly and things like that, and they started taking up arms against the government, right? So that's an event that happened in 1818. So let's say you have drawn the you have constructed the timeline like the maybe in the 6th or 7th A4 sheet, you come to 1800, what happened in 19th century, and you are writing this, and you come up to this, right? Example, right? So 1880. So what happened in 1818? Yeah, over here, right? So you're gonna write over here what happened, the event, struggle for freedom. You can write it here or here, no problem. You can put it in a box, and people who are involved, and the place that it took place, and things like that. And further information about it, you can write it in a box, or if you can write it like this. If you want space, you can take more space and write the reasons and things like that in boxes like that, right? Okay, so that will help you organize your memory. Whenever you see it, you read it, and you don't have to turn books and everything. You have information readily available on the wall. And also, when it comes to grade 10 history, there are a lot of singular words that you need to remember, like ancient singular words like Parumaka, Asa Adeka, and Ektan Samir, and there are like taxes like we have names like Dandanayaka and who are they, and names of taxers like Bojakapati, and there are different names, right? So you can Mataram Ajibaka. They are really difficult words to remember. So you can use a box like this. So whenever historical events related to that, you can write the difficult words that you need to remember over here as well, and the meanings of them, obviously, right? So by the time you complete this, your memory would have got organized, and I am sure that you can get a minimum of a C pass, right? So try to get an A pass. Obviously, it's gonna decorate your result sheet, so it's a possible thing. Nothing is impossible. Same like like I said, you're gonna take a big photo, copy of the map, right? Sri Lankan map and world map, and also you're gonna paste them in your wall. All right, this is the next assignment coming up. I'll teach you how to do it separately, right? And that is for map marking. And picture remembering, I have already given you an assignment, so try to record all the details. So within 2 or 3 months, you have done your history part, and you are ready for your history paper, and CQ and A pass, right? This is what I need personally, being a history teacher, right? Isn't it? Okay. And for world history, okay, there are world history starting from Renaissance, I guess, Renaissance, and then we have in grade 11 we have the Industrial Revolution, and we have the two world wars. Okay, then those things can also be recorded in a separate timeline. Remember, world history separate timeline, not in the same timeline, because it might make you confused, right? So world history will be in a separate timeline, so you are ready for especially answering essay questions, right? World history, especially if you take the third part of the uh, written paper, it's about world history, right? Part 3. Okay, so there are many MCQs arranged coming from those sections as well. So make sure two timelines, one for Sri Lankan history, one for world history, and get it done, right? Get it done. Start it today. Start with one paper and expand this, attaching other papers. Do it in your own pace. That means the speed, right? Do it in your own pace. Relax and do it properly, right? So all the best. We'll see you again. Take care. Bye bye.